Welcome back to NeXt Gaming, where we cover everything newsworthy that pertains to games. If you want to support the channel, hit the subscribe button. We create gaming and movie related content daily. Starting today's show off, we're going to talk a little bit about the games coming out this week. So far, we have Star Wars Jedi Survivor, that's out today. We also have RedFall hitting Game Pass next Tuesday, so check those out if you're interested. On to the headlines for the week. We got Destiny fans calling for Destiny 3. Do we need a fresh start at this point? Are people becoming stagnant with Destiny 2? It seems like some fans are, and it's definitely going to be interesting to see what Bungie does with the Destiny 2, Destiny 3 situation. Are we going to get another year of Destiny 2, or possibly 2 more years before we even get a hint at another sequel? Ash in Mortal Kombat 12? Maybe. Bruce Campbell claims he doesn't want to loan out Ash Williams' IP, that characters should come to his game as cameos and playable characters in Evil Dead the game. Honestly, the game was very average at best. The quality and just the gameplay loop wasn't all the way there for me. You can tell they were trying to do something, but it didn't really hit with everybody. It just launched on Steam this week, so it could be possible Bruce is waiting for this game's life cycle to go through before he quote-unquote loans out the Ash IP. So possibly in Mortal Kombat 12 DLC content down the road, maybe like 6 months in. We'll have to see. Guerilla Games confirms there will be another Horizon after the success of Burning Shores. Some thought Aloy being a lesbian was a major issue. I'm indifferent about it. I never really got connected to Aloy or the other characters except Lance Reddick. He stood out for obvious reasons, but we can see Metacritic is getting review bombed right now because of this, and they have stated that they are going to look into further ways to lessen the harassment field of review bombing. I think honestly this takes away some of the voicing opinions of gamers. Like, obviously some of us don't want, this narrative in all of our games all the time, but you shouldn't rate something a 0 or a 1 or a 2. Like, I could see them docking a couple points if the story wasn't there for you, if that was a negative effect on your gameplay experience. I guess you could go from like an 8-9 to a 7-6, but to just rate it a 0 or a 2 is kind of ridiculous in my opinion. New news hit this week that Cliff Belinsky, in fact, isn't bringing back LawBreakers, and he's quote-unquote kind of over the whole making games thing. Honestly, this was kind of surprising to me because he opened his mouth at all about LawBreakers, which was kind of like a failure in and of itself, so I think this is just strange. Obviously, he had a pipe dream. Maybe he really wanted to give it another go, and it just didn't turn out in his favor. Dead Island 2 tops 1 million in sales in the first 3 days. This is actually kind of shocking considering the reviewers were kind of bombing the game, calling it an average title that really didn't have any depth or substance, which I thought was kind of a little immature considering what the game is. I was expecting a little higher reviews, but nonetheless, the game is doing amazing, so that's awesome. It's official, the CMAs have blocked the Microsoft Activision deal, apparently over cloud gaming. I'm not sure about the rest of the world's internet infrastructure. I've heard the UK and Japan have a better set of internet speeds, but here in the US, it's over $100 for decent speeds. I don't see this happening for a while when it comes to cloud gaming, but obviously they made their case. Microsoft is going to appeal it, and this could just get denied again in a year's time. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see where this goes, see what the FTC does as well, because I think they were kind of harping on Microsoft as well when it came to this deal, but we'll just have to find out. Speaking of Microsoft, they have released hardware sales stats, and they're down 30%. Wow, that's not good. That is really not good. Down 30% compared to last year versus the PS5 soaring 290% increases in hardware sales. So obviously this is bad news. I think this is related to obviously them not having too many titles and too many games and this whole Game Pass model, and kind of pushing the whole Microsoft Xbox branding over to PC and mobile, which might be a smart idea in the long term, but right now it doesn't look too hot. The PlayStation Plus May games have been announced with Grid Legends, Chivalry 2, and Descenders. This is a pretty light month, to be honest. People were saying the last month was weak, but this is a legitimate weak month. Grid Legends is amazing, and I played it months ago on Game Pass, so I mean, if you haven't checked it out, check them out. But I'm pretty much just gonna maybe play Descenders, maybe check out Chivalry, but I'm not too sure on Chivalry at this moment. Sony also announced a Final Fantasy 16 PlayStation 5 bundle, so if you haven't got a PS5, you can get Final Fantasy 16 alongside with it. But there's also news of an exclusive to Japan, a PS5 controller and console covers of Final Fantasy 16. And honestly, when I first heard this, I thought it was coming to the US, but apparently it is an exclusive to Japan, so you're gonna have to, obviously shop around and see if you can get it imported. But it looks incredible. The controller and the cover looks dope. I wish I could get it, but honestly, I really don't care that much. I was thinking about the controller, but I'm not too big into covers. But yeah, the bundle's coming. The CMAs also have stated Call of Duty isn't possible to run on a Nintendo platform compared to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series consoles. Could Activision make a separate Call of Duty title for the Switch or a potential Switch Pro? There was a time when Black Ops 2 ran somewhat similar to the PS3 360 era in 2012, so I think they could potentially make something exclusive for the Nintendo Switch, but I don't know if that would be the case. I mean, possibly, maybe give Sledgehammer Games something to do that they cannot fuck up, but nonetheless, we're just gonna have to wait. Armored Core 6 got a new trailer released with a release date announced for August 25th. The game looks interesting, and thankfully they're not turning Armored Core into a Souls-like title, because I am trash at them, unsurprisingly. There's a big focus on range combat, and it really hits home with a lot of Armored Core fans, so I can't wait to check this one out in August. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of games coming out in August, but we're gonna just wait a little bit, wait till June. We're probably gonna get some announcements in the coming weeks. The PSVR 2 will also be available at retailers starting May 12th, Sony's announced. So this is awesome for the PSVR 2. I think it's a much smarter move than having to buy it off of Sony's website, just for the fact you could see it in a store and potentially buy it is going to boost sales, I imagine, because it was getting a little low when on sales, and got people worried. They got people worried that the PSVR 2 wasn't going to hit and that they were just going to either drop the price or discontinue it, in fact. But I think they're in for the long haul for this, in the same way that Microsoft is with the cloud gaming sphere. I think they really want VR to be something, and it has potential. It really does if these developers can bust out some amazing titles. Speaking of Sony, their showcase is rumored to be expected for May, but also might possibly be the first week of June. I'd imagine they'd like to keep their distance from Summer Games Fest in order to take the internet by storm for a week or two for the monster of an event that will be. But yeah, it's coming soon. We're going to see a lot of titles in this next month, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see what the hell is coming. I know we have to see some Spider-Man 2 gameplay. That has to be on the table. I can't imagine them just waiting for Summer Games Fest or a July announcement, something along those lines. I hope it's soon. I really want to see it. I want to see if we're going to be rumored. Apparently, we're rumored to be playing as Venom as well, so we're going to be able to play as Miles and then Peter and Venom. So that would be incredible. That would be a callback to the Ultimate Spider-Man game on the PS2. So I can't wait. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. The Gran Turismo film has been getting positive responses from test screenings. Can't wait to see how this one turns out. Being a true story of a Gran Turismo gamer turned real race car driver, it seems like some Fantasyland idea. It doesn't even seem real, but it actually happened in real life, and they're making a movie about it. So it's just incredible to see that, and I can't wait to see what it does. I do believe they have a decent cast for the film. I'm not too certain on that, but cannot wait. We also have the Twisted Metal trailer that's dropped. The series is coming to Peacock July 27th. It's TVMA, so it's obviously, hopefully, pulling no punches. It has a lot of cameos and surprises for longtime fans. I cannot wait to see what happens, because I remember playing Twisted Metal on the PS2 like everybody else. It was amazing, and I don't know how I feel about it. It has Anthony Mackie in it. It's kind of like a comedy. I hope they don't fuck it up, but we're just gonna have to see. July 27th isn't that far away, just a couple months, so let you guys know when it comes. Anyway, guys, that's it for today's show. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to join the Wolf Pack. Peace.